On today's menu, a delicious recipe that's fun to eat as much as it's fun to make. A simple but extraordinary, pan-fried, CHEUNG fun. Pat dry about 75 grams of smoked tofu. Slice the smoked tofu widthways. Smoked tofu has the texture of an extra firm tofu with a deliciously smoky flavor. Chop down about 25 grams of garlic chives into about the same size as the smoked tofu slices. Garlic chives can be substituted with green onions. Chop down 50 grams of broccolini into bite-sized pieces. These are fresh rice noodle rolls. You should be able to find this at an Asian grocery. They're basically rice noodles that are like flat but rolled into rolls. Really delicious and very easy to cook. Slice the fresh CHEUNG fun into about 2 inches in length. Then gently release them into bite-sized pieces. If you're working with the CHEUNG fun straight from the fridge, try microwaving it for about 30 seconds or leaving it in room temperature for a few hours first before working with it. One and a half tablespoons soy sauce. 1 teaspoon dark soy sauce. 1 tablespoon plant-based oyster sauce. This is a plant-based oyster sauce. Sometimes they're called different things, but they're usually made with shiitake mushrooms. That's what gives it that really nice earthy umami. This one is called vegetarian mushroom oyster sauce. So there you go. Grate 1 small piece of garlic. A splash of toasted sesame oil. 1/4 teaspoon cayenne pepper. Couple tablespoons water. Give it a stir to combine, then set aside. Non-stick pan. Medium heat. 1 teaspoon avocado oil. Smoked tofu and broccolini. Saute for a few minutes. Be patient and allow the veggies to get a little bit of color. Set the veggies aside. By the way, this is a companion video to one of the recipes found in the brand new 4th cookbook, simply titled Dining In with Wil. This book is a bit of a continuation of the previous 3 books in that it has a lot of the favorite recipes from the cooking show here on YouTube, plus of course a lot of new recipes not yet filmed. For more information or to order your very own copy of this book, there's a print or digital version of it you can check out in the link in the description box below, or of course you can visit youngmancooking.com. 1 tablespoon chili oil. This is a delicious, smoky, spicy chili oil made in a previous episode. I'll definitely leave a link in the description box below for you to check this out. Make this really easily at home. Fresh CHEUNG fun. Allow the CHEUNG fun to sear in the pan for a few minutes. Be patient with this, as this is what creates that iconic seared look and flavor. Give the pan a good toss, then allow the noodles to sear for another couple of minutes. That crispy sear is what I dream about when I think about these noodles. Garlic chives. About 75 grams bean sprouts. Add back in the smoked tofu and broccolini. Add in the delicious sauce. Saute for about a minute until the sauce is mostly absorbed. Turn off the heat and get ready to plate. Plate the CHEUNG fun. This recipe is great for about 1 to 2 portions. Sprinkle over some white sesame seeds and serve. You can now enjoy these delicious rice noodle rolls with absolute confidence. 1 cup rice. Needless to say, rice is the most important part of a fried rice, but it's not so much the type of rice that you use, more so the moisture content that's in the rice when we go to fry it in the pan. Today's episode, I'm using a jasmine rice, but even if you choose to use a dainty basmati rice, it will be just as delicious. Normally we use overnight rice, which is essentially leftover rice, which has been cooked the night before and just left in the fridge overnight so that a lot of the moisture has been drawn out before actually frying in the pan. But if you want to make fried rice the same day, it takes a little bit of time, but it can happen. Let's cook the rice first. Rinse and drain the rice 2 to 3 times to get rid of the excess starch. This recipe makes enough for about 1 generous portion, but of course you can multiply it to make more if you like. Add in 1 cup of water. Heat up the saucepan on medium-high. When the water begins to bubble, give the rice a good stir and turn the heat to medium-low. Cover and cook for 15 minutes. Finally, chop 3 to 4 pieces of garlic. This fried rice is meant to be garlicky, so no need to be shy on the garlic. Chop down about 3 to 4 sticks of green onion. We're generous with the green onion as it's sort of the veg of the dish. It'll also add a lot of nice aroma. Set the green onions and garlic aside. After 15 minutes, turn the heat off on the rice and allow it to cook further for another 10 minutes. Remove the seeds from about 4 dried chili peppers. You can save the seeds for another recipe. Roughly chop the chili peppers and set them aside. When the rice is done, give it a quick fluff with a rice paddle. Transfer the rice to a large mixing bowl. Use the rice paddle to spread the rice into a thin layer around the bowl. This will get rid of a lot of that moisture and allow the rice to cool faster, which will be ideal for fried rice. Let the rice sit for at least 25 to 30 minutes. This is actually very similar to prepping rice when you're making sushi. This really draws out that moisture and gives you a really superior fried rice. Non-stick pan. Medium-low heat. About 2 to 3 tablespoons of chili oil. This is a smoky little spicy chili oil made in a past episode. Of course, I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to check this out, make it really easily at home. Green onions. Garlic. Dried chili peppers. Saute for 1 to 2 minutes. You can admire those beautiful colors and the nice aroma that will fill your kitchen. Turn the heat up to medium and add in the rice. Add in 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce, about a teaspoon of dark soy sauce. Saute and let those flavors sizzle for about 4 to 5 minutes. And just like that, you have the simplest, most aromatic fried rice. Optionally, you can plate the rice into a tall rice bowl. Be sure to really pack down the rice. Put your serving plate on top and carefully flip over the bowl. You can drizzle over a bit more chili oil if you like. You can now enjoy this umami-packed fried rice with absolute confidence. Place 1 cup of jasmine rice into a small saucepan. Rinse and drain 2 to 3 times to get rid of the excess starch. This recipe makes enough for 2 generous portions, but of course you can multiply it to make more if you like. 1 cup water. Medium-high heat. When the water begins to bubble, give the rice a good stir and turn the heat down to medium-low. Cover and cook for 15 minutes. Crush and peel 4 pieces of garlic. Finely chop. Be generous with the garlic. This is a chili garlic sauce after all. Crush and chop a medium piece of ginger. The ginger will add an aromatic, spicy note to the recipe. Deseed 1 long red chili pepper and finely chop. These peppers are generally pretty mild. Of course, you can substitute it with a couple of red Thai chilies. It's completely up to you. Pat dry about 175 grams of extra firm tofu and crumble into a bowl. You can use a fork to mash the tofu, but you can also use your hands. This creates an interesting texture in the tofu and adds meatiness to the sauce. Remove the stems from 2 Asian eggplants. Carefully slice the eggplant into quarters lengthways. You can definitely make this recipe with the large Italian eggplants if that's all you can find. Just try to chop them into a similar shape. Chop the long quarters into thirds. Just want to take a moment to thank you for being part of the cooking show here on YouTube. It really means a lot for us to cook together, and of course you can find most of the popular recipes seen on the show in the 4 Young Man Cooking cookbooks. There is a print or digital version of these books available in the link in the description box below, or you can visit youngmancooking.com. Alright, let's get cooking. Non-stick pan. Medium heat. 1 tablespoon chili oil. This is a smoky little spicy chili oil made in a previous episode. Of course, I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to check this out. Make this really easily at home. Crumbled tofu. Saute the tofu for 3 to 4 minutes. This will evaporate a lot of the water and create a little bit of a crispy edge. 2 teaspoons dark soy sauce. Give the tofu a good stir to coat. This will give that tofu a beautiful caramel color. Set the tofu aside. Pan back on medium heat, another tablespoon of chili oil. Carefully place in the eggplant. Be sure all the pieces of eggplant is touching the pan. The goal here is to get some beautiful color on them. Allow them to sear for about a minute or 2, then give them a toss and let them sear again. It doesn't take long for the eggplant to get some stunning color. Set the eggplant aside. After 15 minutes, turn the heat off on the rice and let it cook further for another 10 minutes. Sauté pan. 1 teaspoon avocado oil. Garlic, ginger, and red chili pepper. Sauté for 2 to 3 minutes. Add in the crumbled tofu. 1 tablespoon plant-based oyster sauce. 1 tablespoon soy sauce. 1 tablespoon doubanjian. This is the fermented chili bean paste I use to make mapo tofu. It'll add some spiciness and incredible umami. Two cups veggie stock. Add in the eggplant. Turn up the heat to medium-high, give the pan a stir. In the meantime, create a slurry by combining 2 teaspoons of potato or corn starch with some water. When the sauce comes to a boil, turn the heat back to medium, cover and cook for about 5 minutes. Plate your freshly steamed white rice. The eggplant should be irresistibly melt in your mouth. Pour in that slurry while stirring. This will make the sauce more robust and into a bit of a glaze for the eggplant. Plate the eggplant that's been simmered in that delicious chili garlic sauce. Garnish with some fresh cilantro and serve with that fluffy white rice. You can now indulge in this delicious recipe with absolute confidence. That looks so good. There is a reason why this is a childhood favorite. So delicious. This is one of those stunning, casual, rustic-looking dishes that packs an incredible amount of flavor. Right from that first bite, there's that heat from the chili and the ginger, and there's also this extraordinary salty umami from the soy sauce and the dobenjan. The combination of the garlic, the ginger, the chili, and that fresh cilantro just adds this delightful layer of fragrance. When you enjoy this meaty eggplant sauce with a bowl of freshly steamed white rice, it just makes a perfect meal. They are the best partners. The sauce is rich, it glazes the eggplant. It's so earthy and incredibly bold. The eggplant itself has this irresistible melt in your mouth texture, and that crumbled tofu just adds this body and this meatiness to the sauce. Such a delicious recipe, so easy to put together, visually stunning. Like, you can serve this at amazing restaurants, but of course you can make this in the comfort of your own home. Like I always say, it's easy, delicious recipes like this that makes it so much fun and exciting to cook at home. If you love easy, delicious recipes like me, definitely check out or pick up a copy of one of the 4 Young Man Cooking cookbooks. There's a digital or print version available in the link in the description box below, or you can visit youngmancooking.com. You can also check out the other Young Man Cooking merch and a sushi masterclass. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and if you're not already subscribed with that notification bell clicked, remember to do so that we can cook together again in the next episode.